Totally naive to getting into this whole spin of things because they don't know what they're getting into at all.
I can understand that no one really wants to talk to little Kevin's father because there was a pretty public rift between our side of the family and him right after Traci passed.
The streets are ablaze with rumors that Kevin Surratt, Traci Braxton's husband, has gotten into a serious feud with the Braxton family and that they have cut him off permanently. We've heard that the family has thrown shade at Kevin in the past, but it seems like they've taken it to a whole new level since Traci's passing, and they don't want anything to do with him at all. So it appears that things are heating up in the Braxton family. There's family drama, but being permanently cut off is a different story. The tension must be unbelievably high, leaving you to wonder what went down behind the scenes and whether there is more going on that we are unaware of. What in the world did Kevin do to make the Braxton turn their backs on him completely? According to what we've heard, Kevin Surratt has a lot to say that will be explosive. He isn't the kind to keep quiet and isn't going to let the family walk all over him.
Other thing is, I really want people to understand this part. To death did us part. Please understand that. Please do. Because some narratives will not include that in that situation. And I thank God that he gave us that.
You are all aware that Traci Braxton and Kevin Surratt were married in 1996 and remained together for 25 years. Although their marriage wasn't always easy, they were transparent about their ups and downs. In fact, they even brought their marital struggles to the small screen when they participated in the celebrity edition of Marriage Boot Camp in 2014. After going through the process, it appeared as though they had worked things out and were back on good terms, but tragically, their love story took a tragic turn when Traci died at the age of 50 after battling esophageal cancer. After a year of discreetly undergoing a number of treatments, Kevin acknowledged her passing to TMZ, saying, "Our beloved Traci Braxton has gone on to glory." Traci left behind her family, which included her husband Kevin Surratt Sr. and son Kevin Jr. However, it appears that Kevin Jr., also known as Little Kev, has been going through some personal struggles since her death. These issues were revealed during the premiere of Braxton Family Values, when Lil Kev opened up about the turmoil in his life. Not only is he dealing with the pain of losing his mother, but he is also getting divorced from Olivia Haron after only a few years of marriage. You can imagine the weight of losing mother and managing the dissolution of his marriage. Prayers are undoubtedly supporting Little Kev during this difficult time. Additionally, things got even more complicated during a conversation he had with his aunts. While Kev was chatting, Tamar saw an unusual diversion and speculated that he might be conversing with the police. When Tawanda checked in on him, she returned and said that someone had indeed contacted the police, stating there was an arrest warrant for Kev. It turns out that Kevin and Little Kev haven't been in contact as much lately, and people are starting to speculate about why some believe that Little Kev has been caught in a web of manipulation and brainwashing by the Braxton family. This theory suggests that the family might be influencing Little Kev's thoughts and decisions, causing a rift between him and his father. As if the family wasn't already dealing with enough, things got even more intense in episode 2 of Braxton Family Values. Tawanda even suggested that someone close to Little Kev might have set him up. With all the drama surrounding Little Kev, everyone has been wondering where his father Kevin Surratt has been in all of this. All seemed well until Spirit asked Tawanda how it felt not to have access to her sister Tamar before Tawanda could even answer. Traci was still very much on everyone's mind as the Braxton sister sat down with a grief counselor Spirit for what was supposed to be a healing session, but instead the session quickly turned into a dramatic confrontation. Tamar was quick to step in and say that Tawanda doesn't care about her. She didn't hold back either, adding that Tawanda makes more of an effort to remain in touch with Tony and Trina, even though it's her responsibility to reach out to Tawanda first. Tamar also claimed that Tawanda only contacts her when they're filming the program. Although they filmed the episode in March, Tawanda acknowledged that she wasn't even sure when they had spoken. However, she did note that Tamar hadn't gotten in touch with her for her birthday in September. The tension between the sisters was palpable, and the expression on Tawanda's face conveyed that she realized tomorrow would not be better. Tawanda made it plain that she was over the drama, saying that going ahead, her spouse and her children were the only ones she cared about.
That's just it. And that's it. You know? If this person said, you act like you hard, you got a wall that makes it seem like you don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's not that. What it is that I have respectfully learned to compartmentalize the things that is more important.
But it didn't end there. Right after the episode aired, Tamar took things to another level by releasing a heartbreaking video of Traci's final moments. Then within just 24 hours, Tamar went on a wild rant, throwing her entire family under the bus, including her friend and fiance's alleged husband Jared. She posted a series of shocking tweets before deleting most of her social media profiles, leaving everyone wondering what was really going on. All this drama only added fuel to the fire, proving that the Braxton family might be hiding some deep, dark secrets. With all the back and forth, it's clear there are some pretty nasty things happening behind the scenes that the public hasn't been told about yet, and Kevin Surratt probably knows more than he's letting on. But let's take a moment to address the real question: why wasn't Kevin involved in Traci's grieving process on Braxton family values? Despite being married to Traci at the time of her passing, fans found it strange that he wasn't invited to participate in the show or the healing process with the rest of the family. If anyone should have been included, it was Kevin. Right, social media was ablaze with criticism of the family for having those in-depth discussions about Traci without including her husband. Many wondered if Kevin had been cut off from the family completely. To be honest, don't you think it's strange that Kevin was left out of the conversation entirely? Kevin didn't explicitly mention drama with the Braxton family during his Instagram live after the show debuted, but he did drop some subtle hints about another village that helped him and little Kev deal with Traci's loss. He kept emphasizing that this village had been there for them through it all, leading many to assume he had been estranged from the family for some time.
See, we had a whole nother village, you know what I mean, that was always there for us. Whole nother village. And that village came and embraced us.
Even though Kevin was careful not to reveal too much, those who were paying attention could see the cracks in his relationship with the Braxton family. And let's be real, if the family is treating Kevin poorly, this wouldn't be the first time. When Traci passed away in 2022, Kevin also made it clear that his commitment to Traci lasted until the very end, asking people to remember that he expressed gratitude for the people who stood by him and his son, highlighting how this other village was always there, embracing them and helping them in ways the Braxton family didn't. Kevin has comparable problems, and it appears that tensions have only increased since then. Kevin claimed that the Braxton sisters and their mother said that Kevin disregarded Traci's wishes, claiming that she had asked to be cremated right away without a wake or funeral. But Kevin had other ideas, and that the sisters of his late wife painted him as a bad husband for organizing a funeral service for her. Traci's father attended the funeral, but even that wasn't without drama. He arranged a viewing and funeral, and even put up Zoom links for those who couldn't attend in person. Traci's mother and sisters didn't show up. According to reports, Traci's father wasn't invited, and it required a church insider to identify him and let him in. To make matters worse, he was sat in the fourth row and wasn't given the chance to talk about his daughter. Kevin, on the other hand, has an alternative account. According to him, Traci's father was allowed admission, and he and her brother did attend the funeral for a short while. Kevin refused to go, feeling insulted by the way he was depicted, despite his insistence that his mother and sisters be invited. Kevin expressed his frustration, saying, "I was with my wife more than anybody in this world. When she got cancer, we really started to communicate about funeral plans, and I was still trying to find treatments for her. I went to every single one of her doctor appointments throughout our entire marriage. And now they're treating me like a deadbeat husband," while Kevin went ahead with his plans. Kevin also blasted Traci's family for portraying him in the media as a deadbeat spouse. Traci had, according to Kevin, communicated her wishes to him and had requested a viewing during a memorial service. The Braxton family made the decision to host a private memorial service for Traci on April 2, which would have been her 51st birthday. Kevin was once again left out of the Braxton family's preparations, he revealed on page 6, and Toni Braxton even made an appearance on the Tamarind Hall show, where she seemed to corroborate their separate memorial. "I never received an invitation, and no one has sent one to me." Clearly, this family isn't treating him well, as evidenced by our other noteworthy incident from approximately 4 years ago, when Traci Braxton was still alive and sheds light on the discord. In a reality show episode, Traci publicly referred to her sister Tawanda as a snake because she believed that Sean Hall, Tawanda's then partner, was going too far by becoming involved in their family drama during a trip to Napa Valley. At that time, Kevin Sorode was also targeted, as Tamar Braxton criticized him for his criminal record while he attempted to defend Traci. Family tensions had been building for a while, and Tonda's response to Traci's outburst during Traci Braxton's wedding merely fueled the flames. Tawanda answered a fan who questioned Traci's outburst at Sean, stating that she was upset since, in contrast to her, "I had a true man." This type of statement emphasizes the family's history of picking fights with Kevin, and it appears that they are even less willing to deal with him now that Traci is gone. Many people theorize that the Braxton family's current attitude toward Kevin could also be the result of their concern that he might reveal some of their long-standing problems. For example, Toni Braxton may have cardiac problems that exacerbate her lupus. In addition to her struggles with food and alcohol addiction, Traci is also dealing with PTSD. Kevin Jr., Traci's son, is also dealing with issues that may need counseling and emotional support, though this hasn't been made public. Tawanda, who seems to be the family's gatekeeper, frequently avoids touchy subjects on the show in an effort to keep their personal affairs private. Tamar, on the other hand, seems to draw drama wherever she goes. Recently, Tamar's family drama reached a new height when she hinted at severing her ties with her entire family, partly because of her turbulent marriage to Jeremy Robinson. Although Tamar later clarified that she and Jeremy were still together, many people saw her social media outbursts as a desperate cry for help. Tamar has been fiercely defending Jeremy, and her family appears to be at their breaking point with him. As we previously mentioned, Tamar caused waves by shutting down her social media accounts, but not before posting a series of explosive statements in which she accused her family of being toxic and hinted that she might need to return to treatment. The drama surrounding Tamar Braxton didn't end there, though. During her appearance on the Tamarind Hall show, Tamar openly questioned why her personal struggles were being used as a plot point on Braxton family values. As the show's release was still pending, Tamar asked, "I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out what's the premise. Is this to inspire to help people with mental illness to help Tamar with her new normal with depression and anxiety?" Her sisters Traci and Tawanda Braxton responded, explaining their decision to address the delicate incident on the show in an ET interview. Tawanda stated that it would have been unjust to their supporters and audience members to keep silent about Tamar's predicament. They wanted to demonstrate how the incident affected them personally, not only Tamar, and she stated, "I think we would do our fans and the viewers a disservice if we didn't talk about it." In addition, Traci disclosed that Tamar had blocked her and her sisters on social media during that period, but she maintained that they were still in communication. She also mentioned that their experiences differed, especially with regard to Tamar's decision to quit the show. An interviewer suggested that there might be a difference in viewpoints between them, but Wanda disagreed, saying that everything depends on perspective. On top of all of this, Toni Braxton's financial difficulties add yet another layer to the family's struggles, even though she has had 2 #1 hits on the US Hot 100 and her album Secrets selling over 13 million copies globally. Toni has experienced severe financial difficulties and even declared bankruptcy. Toni Braxton's financial woes didn't end with her first bankruptcy in 2008. The celebrated singer faced another major setback when she had to cancel her Las Vegas residency due to serious health problems. This led her to file for bankruptcy again, as reported by ABC News. Despite her financial struggles, Toni revealed in a 2012 interview that she once received a shockingly small $1,972 royalty check from her first record contract. She also explained that advances on future records often left her in debt. Additionally, Toni admitted to spending excessively on luxury home decor after accruing nearly $4 million in debt. These financial missteps weren't the only ones though, as Toni revealed in her memoir, Unbreak My Heart. Toni has also had to make difficult and complex decisions in his personal life. Her experiences with abortion are one of the more personal parts of her past, as detailed in her memoir, Unbreak My Heart. In a candid interview with ET, Toni Braxton opens up about a very personal and difficult time in her life. She shares that while in a relationship with her ex-husband Carrie Lewis in her early 30s, she had an abortion. At the time, Toni was taking Accutane, a medication known for having serious side effects on fetuses, and she felt that the weight of her circumstances greatly influenced her decision. Toni considered her decision and discussed her feelings of hopelessness and remorse. She acknowledged that she felt selfish because she was thinking, "I can't give this kid a future because I'm going through bankruptcy and there are other things going on in my life. Looking back, I see that I was feeling hopeless for no apparent reason." Despite these difficulties, she went on to have 2 children with LDUS in the early 2000s. Her memoir states that their youngest, Traci Braxton, was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. Toni sparked controversy when she said, "I believe that God's payback was to give my son autism." Toni implied that her son's condition might be a sort of divine retribution for her previous abortion. The Autism Daily newscast voiced alarm about the possible effect of her remarks, which prompted criticism. Let's circle back to Kevin. It appears he's had enough of the drama. Braxton later responded to the criticism on Twitter, agreeing with a fan who thought her remarks had been misunderstood and clarifying that she never meant to imply that autism was the consequence of divine punishment. Regarding the Braxton sisters, particularly now that his wife is no longer involved, it appears that Kevin may know more about the situation than he's letting on. One fan even said, "My heart goes out to Big Kevin and Little Kevin because those Braxton girls and their mother are dysfunctional, and Evelyn is part of the problem. They treated Traci like the black sheep because Traci continued to have a relationship with her father. I have no interest watching this season because they are too much and really dislike Tamar. She's so dramatic and toxic." Another person pointed out they're showing Traci more love and respect now more than when she was alive. This is absurd. But what do you think? The Braxtons are purposefully throwing shade at Kevin? Or could there be even darker secrets hiding behind closed doors? Leave your comments below. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and watch our other videos for more delicious updates. We'll see you soon.